Truly, there's no bigger, better expert in the country. His name is Phil Houston, former senior member of the Office of Security for the CIA, and he used to do this for a living, evaluate bad guys like terrorists and try to report back to the feds on whether they were telling the truth or lying. And so you've taken a look, Phil, great to see you again, at some of these Jodi Arias clips, including the one we just saw where she said the worst outcome for her would be natural life. Death is the ultimate freedom, and so she wants this jury to give her the death penalty. Your take on that comment?
Well, first of all, Megyn, it's not at all how a truthful person thinks. I mean, a truthful person doesn't sit there, hear a verdict that in essence wrongly convicts them, and then think, okay, give me the chair. It's just illogical. But the logic that it probably reflects in Jodi's mind is that she has tried all along throughout the trial to be very shrewd and very calculating in trying to manipulate the jury into believing that she's actually a good person, a very caring person. And what she's doing with this, I would rather die, is for her it's the ultimate convincing statement. It's suggesting to the public that if she hadn't done this, there's no way she would want to die. And so she's willing to take this step. And it's just part of this calculating mentality that we've seen throughout her trial.
All right, I want to ask you, there's a 23-second soundbite where she talks about Travis's family and wants to say that she wants them to find peace. Now, this is a woman who nearly cut their loved one's head off, as you just heard our reporter say. And now she's concerned about their ability to find peace. Hold on, we're going to get queued up because I want to ask you whether that could be true. Maybe it's true you could brutally murder somebody in a premeditated fashion and still want the family to find peace. Do we have it? All right, it's not loaded. That's a problem. We're gonna ask you about that one, and I definitely want to ask you about the one where she says that the verdict was unexpected for her. But she lied so many times to this jury, Phil. Did you find any truth-telling, any signs of deception overall in that lengthy interview she did with our local reporter?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, in the very first question that he asked her when he said, Jodi, what are your thoughts? And what was fascinating is if you had been wrongly convicted, it would be very natural that your focus would immediately shift to the jury got it wrong. It wasn't premeditated. They made a mistake here. And instead, what she says to us is, my mind is blank now.
All right, we'll play that next. We'll play that next and get you to expand on that as we now have that soundbite queued up, and we'll get into that in another one next.
Beautiful.
Just a couple of minutes ago, you heard the verdict from the jury. What are your thoughts?
I think I just went blank. I don't know. I just feel overwhelmed. I think I just need to take it a day at a time.
Was it unexpected, you think, this verdict?
It was unexpected for me, yes, because there was no premeditation on my part. I can see how things look that way, but I didn't expect the premeditation. I could see maybe the felony murder because of how the law is written, but I didn't. The whole time I was fairly confident I wouldn't get premeditation because there was no premeditation.
How about that one, Phil?
Again, Megyn, when you open up with the question of what are your thoughts, her head is not at a denial. She's not thinking, I didn't do this, that it wasn't premeditated. Initially, what she says is, my mind is blank. And that reflects that at this moment, she realizes that everything that she's done, all of her shrewdness and calculation, has not worked. And then when he asks, is it unexpected, he's sort of prompting her to say one way or the other. And of course she says, it is a bit unexpected. But from there, she goes on, to the convince mode again, if you will. And at no time does she say the jury was wrong. From a truth or deception standpoint, it's very, very significant.
Yeah. Before I let you go, just a quick answer. She also said she prays for Travis's family and she prays for the jury. Do you believe those?
No, I don't. That's just simply more of her trying to manipulate our perceptions, Megyn, that she's a very caring person and therefore, by extension, wouldn't have done something like this on a premeditated basis.
The jury has spoken on that one. Phil, thank you. By the way, myfoxphoenix.com if you want to see the full 45-minute interview.